Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Again, on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say, this is a lovely, lovely morning in which the Most High, Ahia, has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. When you see all this bumping, I don't know if I have my phone mount installed right. I notice my phone is all over the place, and you can feel how raggedy and messed up our roads, our streets are here in Missouri by the sound and the bumping. But I'm just going to drop in something that I was thinking today as I felt the water today speak to me about how easy it is for man to, and when I say man, I mean men and women. It's so easy for us to talk about the issues of the world and the things therein, and to cover the news for the beast and feel that it's all well. And as I was told to look at a video, I did so, and I kind of hate that I did, because I realized what I already knew, and I was like, this is something I've known for quite some time. There are people, a lot of people call them agents. They're pretending to serve Ahia, but the reason why I know who they are is because the Bible speaks of, if it was so, it could fool the very elect. And that means that Ahia have those that he has elect to not be fooled by those who out to deceive you. So when you hear Sister Deborah talk about people on these platforms, or people in general who's out here teaching people and ministering to people, they're out here to deceive you that they are about what you are about, but actually they're not. So I used to think, ain't no agents, why they call them agents? But now, not today, but in the last year, I believe that there are those who cater to the beast's words, and they come on the devil platform to boast, or not to boost the beast gender. You know, they don't add anything to it as to say that, okay, this is what we need to understand in the spiritual realm, or in spirit and truth, in righteousness. They always cover the worldly matters so worldly, making sure they cover it the way the beast has lined it up, not leaving the people with anything spirit and truth. And anybody that does things like that, you be careful out there, you guys. Be careful. Many of you subscribe and like and follow these people for years and years, and you cannot even discern that they are something like unto an agent, because they don't cover it with the whole ideal of bringing clarity or light to the darkness of what it is. Like I said, someone called me, and not called me, but texted me, not text, but emailed me, and was telling me that just look at this video about what this individual is talking about. And I had already spoken that I don't listen to this individual, because I believe that this individual works for the beast while in wolf clothing, but pretending to the people, deceiving the people that they represent Ahia. But yet, when you really listen to how they cater to the message of the beast, and when I said the message of the beast would the CDC or CBN, CNN, all the newsroom, everything that's going on, they like to capture the message and bring it before their channel and give their personal feelings, their personal emotions, and their personal opinion to trap people to see it only the way the beast want them to see it and the way they want to tell them how the beast have set it up. So a lot of people are addicted to people who give them information from the beast and not even aware of who they actually entertaining. And I think that's deep, because let's take what's going on, anything going on in the world. People who run to get this information to bring you the news, they still been on here for many years and have not realized that is what Revelation says. Come out of her. Stop catering to the beast, the wicked, the evil. And they can't even discern that's what they're doing, because they've been doing it for so long. They have made right, wrong, wrong, right. And Ahia, I sit back and I watch and I observe how he moves. And the reason why I say observe, once you're walking in spirit and truth, you can observe the move of the Most High Ahia. I think about in Matthew 24 and in Revelation how it spoke of how the beast would come, and how he would, not Matthew 24 and Revelation, on how there would be pestilence and different famine and pestilence in the world during these times and during these end days. The ignorance of people who's trying to chase subscribers and likes to get points for the bulletin board of the beast. They don't care how they cover the beast information or the wicked Satan's information. They just cover it just to get the subscribers and the likes and the praise. See, they don't understand they're still working on a side that does not represent Ahia. You see, because when they get it, they want to cover it as if they giving you news for the beast. The beast didn't already lay that news. If you represent Ahia, you will be on Ahia's side, explaining his prophecy in a way that the people can see it in spirit and truth. But no, they take it and they speak on it identical the way the beast want them to speak on it. They even tell people to go out and get they bring it vaccinations, so get your shots. And they don't even understand that's what they're saying. But let me tell you the trick of it. The Father told me through the water this morning, the reason why, Deborah, is because a lot of those people who got all these monkey mouths, and what monkey mouths mean to me, and what I feel that he's saying to me when I say monkey mouth, is people who are quick to speak what the beast have them to speak. They are his mouthpiece for him to get the word out. But they ain't gonna get to you spirit and truth out. They ain't gonna get to you the light. They ain't gonna get to you the direction to the narrow gate. But they are instantly quick to bring you the information for Satan. I call them monkey mouths. So what he was saying to me in the water, they are representing him and pretending that they one thing, but they wolves in sheep clothing. So I went to say, are they like the people say, agents? He didn't call them agents because that's what the world calls them when they're trying to stay on a side of someone. And I think someone that's very wicked and conniving and deceitful. They think that their role has been played so well, and the people love their role. They just adapt to it and begin to just speak what the beast is saying. But in Matthew 24 and also in Revelation, it tells you in the end days how they're going to be pestilence and famine. Y'all is not saying that embrace it, I'm doing this. No, he's telling you the signs of the wicked, how they gonna rumble. You see? So when we see that these are these different diseases, We don't get on top of the CDC. We don't climb on top of the world and expound on what they didn't issue out. See, because y'all didn't send us to expound or to give our personal opinion or our personal feelings and our personal decision on what the world is doing. Because when we do that, we take the side of Satan and we leave no light. Okay, we leave no righteous in what is really going on. So when you hear people talk about different things that's taking place, and I'm going to cover the monkeypox. Now, see, this is where it bothers me, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to make it nice and sweet. This is what bothers me. People have a tendency of covering stuff to get subscribers and likes and praise for themselves. And it's if they're wolves in sheep clothing, and they don't even know that they're wolves, because what they're doing is they want so bad to cover the news, and that's why it's being so prolonged for them to reach a goal in which they're trying to reach by giving you videos after videos all day long, because they really think they're giving you news. No, baby, they're worshiping Satan by expounding on his news without giving people light of what Satan is doing. You see what I'm saying? Not showing people which way to go to get out of, or the way the Father have orchestrated it from the biblical, how to observe these things. Instead, they would tell you to go get a vaccination shot, or go. They're gonna have this out. Why are people feeling that the beast need help advertising his wickedness? It's because they've been doing it for so long to where people have magnified them and glorified them and honored them so much to now they are their truth. That's why they don't give you nothing spirit and truth. It's because they don't have it spirit and truth. So they have to come to you the way you're willing to accept them. Ain't that, to me, that's deep. Because they're saying that when we just give them what the world is giving them anyway, they'll like it. They love the news of the world, and they are so true. Because you give spirit and truth on here, only those who are elect. And now I believe the marked, those who are marked in the forehead, is the only one that would actually continue on what the pages that people are teaching spirit and truth, giving them insight of what's actually happening so they can continue to run in the direction of the narrow gate. But these other people, let me give you that example. Let's say the monkeypox. First of all, they are so ignorant, they trying to cover something. I ain't gonna say they're ignorant. I need to stop using that word, because that has a just reason. Because I look at ignorant means simply not knowing. They're knowing what they're doing. They're trying to get subscribers and likes and praise for themselves. You know, what he was telling me in the water is people who do things like that, Deborah, they feel they so assured that they are prepared. They have everything. They're away from what you are around, so they can talk this way to you because we can't get it. We so distant from it all. You see what I'm saying? That's why he said that they can easily, that's why it don't faze them to tell you the information that the beast put out. And they go expounding and standing on top of it and constantly keep putting it out, because they're looking at how many people are liking their message, how many are subscribing to their message, how many people are praising them for the message they put out. Now that message has already been out by the beast, the wicked ones. So why is it that you need to cover they mess? Now let's set an example, and this is where I'm going to do the whole overall of it. Let's look at the monkeypox. Now notice the word monkey on there. Now I'm going to tell y'all the truth of the matter. Notice the word monkey on there. Okay? And the monkey is on there because they sending a message. Who do the world has a tendency of considering people as monkeys? I explained to you all that back in the June, when they was posting these signs over in the Black county, only in the black county, monkeyfireworks.com, and telling you, giving you the address where you can go get fireworks and putting it in the community billboards in the community. Monkeyfireworks.com. And then they give you also the address where you can go buy fireworks. Even if the county has banned it, why did the county allow them to sell it to the monkeys? Because that's really what they're talking about. They're talking about a people. So when they're talking about monkey pops, I'm going to show you how ignorant people are. Now, let me stop saying ignorant. Sick. They are to entertain and play around with Satan and his handiwork. Listen to this. They're calling it the monkey pop. The monkey pop. And Negroes too stupid to realize, what is the monkey pop? What is this monkey pop they talking about? What is this? You know what they think? They think it's just something, a disease. This is the wicked ones who follow the wicked ones. They looking at it as, oh, it's just something that's out here that's contagious and you can get. No, baby. It's something that they developed and they named and category it the monkey pop. Guess what I also learned? Throughout the time that has been brought out to the media in the last 3 months, guess what I've been observing? They're showing it on a lot of black males. So they're connecting it through a message to all the the heathens, I believe, like that, and the Gentiles. This is a black disease. When they put monkey on there, just like they put monkey.com, monkey fireworks in the black community billboards, it's letting you know, niggas, come on and get your monkeys. Y'all come on and get fireworks here. This is for you all. Anytime they detach monkey to it, you best bet there's something racist and negative about what they're doing. Don't estimate that these people are coming up with these names, because this is actually a name. These are man-made names. And why are you categorized a monkey pop? Right here today, if you really follow what they're saying and see who they said is catching this, then you would have your ignorant tail on here entertaining you. But then again, you might. That's how you got the numbers and the likes and the subscribers that you have. You have always followed the beast, the wicked one, the evil, to get what you got. A lot of them thinking they got what they got because they all let in something. Yeah, that's how Oprah got hers. That's how Tyler Perry got his. That's how many of them have gained theirs, the same way you have gained yours, because you have not brought nobody to spirit and truth. You have not brought no one to what is righteous. You have not brought no one to the light, nor showed them the direction. If you don't want to go to the narrow gate or don't know the way, at least you can direct somebody to it by preaching, not preaching, but teaching what's in the book. But this is something that's been existing, and it's not going to change. And Sister Deborah is not saying this so that it can change. But what Sister Deborah is saying is this: stay out of the direction of those who come to bring you the news, because their news is to support the news. Get a grip of that, y'all. Their news is to support the news, and that's what they're doing. And in the process of it, it's not to help you in any shape, form, or fashion. Some of it is even causing you to. I also listened to something else that individuals, and several of the individuals are doing. They're trying to add on to the racial riot. Yeah, they're trying to add on to the racial riot. That's why they into this black and white thing all the time. That's why they heavily into black and white. As if Yah is not a spirit over both. That shows you the ignorance. When he gave you the image, he gave them the image as well. When he gave them the breath, he gave them you the breath as well. But see, they like to use this devil platform for what the devil used it for. To feed hate. To feed hate. Now, like I said, it's nothing wrong with bringing information towards someone, but bring it in spirit and truth, because it's over. Darkness, it's enough of it out there. Guess what? It's not going to continue to get darker and darker. Y'all say it's at the midnight hour. You still trying to bring more darkness to darkness. Get some more inside, and know that the same hole you dig for others to feed on, it's the same hole your babies, your husband, your wives are going to fall in. A lot of people don't get it, and they're not going to get it. I even say, even with my family, the Father had told me, Deborah, even when you dead and gone, it shall not change the way they see you. And I was like, I can go for that. And that was actually 20 years ago when he told me that. Do they respect me? Yes, they do. Do they disrespect me? No, they don't. Do they communicate with me? Yes, they do. But he wants me to understand the ways of my family is set in them. It's not going anywhere. You see? So my job is to still show his give and gave in me. And through that, if it be his will that they change. But he already done told me it's the same way they're going to see me. There is a level of, people would say, because I used to always wonder, what is jealousy and what is that when they say someone envy or jealousy of it? What do I have to be jealous of? What is about me that's worth claiming somebody's jealous? And I realized it don't have to be a way you look, things you have. No, it don't have to be the things you have. It don't have to be the way you look. It's just the spirit that's on them. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a spirit on them that caused them to not like the spirit that's in you. See, this thing is spirit and truth. A lot of people don't even know the hate that people have for you. It ain't going nowhere, especially among your family. It ain't going nowhere. I come to bring the sword, he said, between situations in families. Why? Because either they righteous or they unrighteous. And what do righteous and unrighteous have in common? Nothing. So therefore, you ain't gonna see them tagging along together in agreement or getting along as a mother or a daughter or a father or a son or family. Your worst is enemy outside yourself is your family, you know, your household of your own kin. So when we see someone that's jealous and we see someone that's envy, it has to do with their spirit. Not so much as they outer man, it's their spirit, knowing who your spirit is. That's why he say try the spirit by the spirit. He don't tell you to try the flesh by the flesh, because it ain't got nothing coming. He said, but try their spirit by the spirit. And that's why a lot of people don't know nothing about Yah, because they have not used the word of who he is in the proper contents. And that is spirit, and that is truth. They still running around here monkeying around in their flesh. And like building nation building Josh, they need to get somewhere and sit down and close down their page. Because if they think for 1 minute that voodoo dancing and that witchcraft dancing need to be brought on nationwide web to bring into the minds of children, teenagers, and people who's trying to come into the light or walking in the light, and they bring in this here type of nonsense. Anybody that's coming, guess what? They can't stand a chance if they listen to them, if they watch them. because none of what they doing representing anything spirit and truth. And that's what the enemy did. He found things for them to do to pretend they're representing Yah, and make sure that they have no connection to spirit and truth. The great falling away is because they fell totally away from spirit and truth, which is Yah. Not from a building, not from their church, not from their pastor, their bishop. No, but spirit and truth. And they decided to go in the lifestyle of the world, the way the world perceived them and see them, because spirit and truth was something they didn't want to tackle. They didn't want to follow through in. So the falling away has taken place. That means, Deborah, this is why he was saying, no matter what you say to these people, no matter how they agree and how they like, spirit and truth gonna always stand. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but the word of the Most High Yah is gonna always remain, because it is spirit, which he is, and he is truth. And that's what people still having a hard time with, and they should, because everybody role playing. People are role playing so big time to where Satan is on the sideline laughing at the game itself. He got people doing all his dirty work and yet saying a higher, or Yahuwah, and or we the people. He got them doing all kind of things, and they themselves are loaded with the work of iniquity and finding pleasure and pleasing to be on these platforms teaching nothing that's connected to spirit and truth. And that's why I say, why Josh with Nation Building Nation, Maureen, and I mean him and his partner in this, they don't have no sense of understanding nothing. And another young lady, I told her to come to the page and hear about a couple of the messages I was sending out to her, and she came out of the off the tree of Pastor Dow, and she just as loony as a loony bird, and you can't get nothing past these type of people. So they gonna die in their miserable mindset, because Yah sent his to warn and to give them a pin needle of light that they may walk therein and be in liberty, and they ain't got sense enough to do it because they so caught up in the addiction of what Pastor Dow have fed them. And the other man the same way. They praising pastors, Gentiles, and heathens. They giving them glory to be the teacher to the people. You see how sick that is? You're going back to the vomit. You see? We're in the midnight hour. He is not sending heathens and Gentiles to teach us, because there's something in them that still don't want to accept truth of the matter. You see? And when we trying to make them something Yah has not called them to be, because you won't find it, they make them to be something. And that leads me back to Deuteronomy. See, everything I'm saying, you guys, guess where it leads me to? Back to Deuteronomy 28. Until they are destroyed. And you best bet he ain't talking about flesh. He talking about their mind. And their mindset is totally destroyed. And it is. Because the things that I'm talking about regarding individual, they're going. They're going. It's no way in such a midnight hour I will be giving man praise and glory and running around here woo, woo, and dancing. What do that do for the Father in heaven? How does that manifest him? How do he get the glory out of that? How do he get praise out of that? How do he be honored out of that? Where is the spirit and truth in that? You can't be found. But in their mind that has been destroyed, it's all well. So in everything you do, while you think you might have this thought pattern, okay, Sister Deborah talking, And she always said spirit and truth. Then it was a time she said light. All that's connected, baby. The narrow gate, all of it is direction to the narrow gate. All of it. And that's why very few shall find it, because they can't see anything outside of what they flesh sees. Because y'all said, they say they see, Deborah. They'll tell you all day in the live, oh, I see, I understand it. He said, but they cannot see. They say they hear, Deborah. But guess what, Deborah? They cannot hear. He's telling me many would just repeat what you say and call that belief. It's me that they have to believe. And me is the one that have to give them the spirit of belief, the spirit of faith. And then they will see me. And they will understand what you say. So that's, Deborah, that is why the gate is so narrow. And that's why you don't hear people teaching anything outside of what flesh can accept, flesh can comprehend, and what flesh believes. Outside of that, they can care less what spirit and truth is. And I said over and over, when it said, try the spirit by the spirit, is that not spirit and truth? He's telling you the truth of the matter, how you can judge people and determine who's who and what's what by spirit. So why is it everything else is going to be measured by flesh? And he just said, telling us to try the spirit by the spirit. You see the mindset? You see how far the fleshly mind has driven into darkness? So I, Sister Deborah, just wanted to give that to you and let you know that it's time. It's that time. Yes, before the foundation of the world, everything was predestined. But if you think that it's okay to continue walking in the dark, you don't have the seal in your forehead. So people who have the seal, they're going to start, or they already knowing the difference in what these people are doing on this platform. They already can discern it. They can be on here all day and night and judge what every one of these people on this platform is doing with a blink of an eye, because they already marked. Y'all already knows who they are in him before the foundation of the world, and that's why they inherit the mark. The mark on their forehead is not who they are. We the children, no. You was the one sent down here, and you came down the bloodline of Jacob. But it ain't that you all that and some. No. Because 144, baby, that's a pin needle. Like a pin needle. You see? So I believe that we as a people, we need to really try to connect to the things that is righteous and just, and not so much toward people and things that causes us to feel, please in our flesh. The things Sister Deborah says to you should always pierce your flesh and go all the way past the bone marrow to your spirit. Okay? So when I say things to you, don't take it as if, okay, this is flesh. She's speaking, and it's very hurting, or it's very no. Put that flesh where it belongs, in the grave. Try to understand your spirit is what needs those things, which is spirit and truth, and not your flesh. So Sister Deborah is at my children's home, and I'm going in. I have to take care of several things, and I would say to you all, I will be back live, and this time it'll be 7 p.m. Central Time, and I will be coming with something very powerful, I would say. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my spirit. So Sister Deborah, say to you, shalom and shalom.